Hey, what's up, guys? It's me, Jordan, also known as the Fear Raiser, and I'd like to welcome you back to another Let's Get Personal, the show where I answer questions. I'm not even editing that out. That is my intro. If you guys aren't familiar with Let's Get Personal, essentially, you guys send me your questions, comments, concerns through that email that is right there on the screen, or it's down in the description, fear.LGP@hotmail.com, and, I go through a few, and I pick one to feature per video. So, and I also like to suggest, I'm getting this all out of the way right now, I also like to suggest, guys, if I'm not answering your question that you sent me your email, and you're just watching this as a viewer, I always like to ask you guys to leave your opinions in the comment section below based on this person's problem, so that way, the person has a lot more to look at other than my own advice. And speaking of which, my advice should only be taken very subtly. It's not like something you should immediately listen to and follow. It is only an extra word of advice, an extra helping hand. But before we get into the Let's Get Personal, guys, I'd like to let you all know what server I'm on. I'm back on play.asgard-mc.com. A really cool prison server. They got, obviously prison. They've got rank ups. They've got challenges, Skyblock, Ragnarok, survival, all this kind of awesome stuff that you should totally check out. So again, it's right there. And hopefully you hop on the server and have a good time. All right, with that being said, let's get into the Let's Get Personals today. It says, and the title of this email said, "Too angry to put a subject in." So it says, "Hello, I'm a person who's been messaging you about a brother who doesn't care about his younger brother, and unfortunately, I'm that younger brother. I've been called an idiot long enough. I don't even care if I suicide and go to hell. This is complete crap. Don't do that. I hate my life. I can just waste it. No one would care besides my family members, besides my brother and my best friend. This is utterly stupid. I can't take my life anymore. I beg mercy. I can't even tell my parents what's happening. My parents make it too obvious. Even if they didn't make it obvious somehow, my brother would still know I'm tattling on him, getting him in trouble since I'm the only one he's doing it to. He would ask me if I tattled on him in a very aggressive voice. I'd have to answer, or else he'd do extra harm to me, which the only answer he'd take is yes, since he'd be able to prove it's me, and then he'd basically break my effing legs. Also, he is very unsupportive, no Google, no supportive, read this email, of me trying to become a YouTuber or even play Minecraft for that matter. He only wants me to play anything but Minecraft. What a brother. Only limited to Nintendo, Terraria, the makers of Terraria, a Rogue Legacy. What a great selection. And an even better selection when I hate shooter games. Woo. If you have any words of advice, that'd be nice, great indeed. I need it, and I don't want to take this unbearable and everlasting punishment for no reason. Keem? I don't know if that's... Either way, okay, so I can relate to this into the sense of, I actually had a cousin back when I was younger who was much older than me. And every time we'd visit him, he would literally do this stuff. He would torture me to no end, chase me around and stuff. And oh my God, and it's funny, I haven't seen him in years now. But I definitely understand what it's like to go through a situation like that. But the difference here is that I could leave. We left that person's house, the cousin's house especially after, going through all that torture. But you, on the other hand, you live with this person. You live with your brother. And, there's a few things to put in perspective here. If your brother is doing all this stuff to you, man, you gotta tell your parents. And another thing is, I find you have to do it in a way to stop, allowing your brother to enjoy doing this stuff. It seems like he really likes to pester you and enjoy you. He's bullying you. And there's always this method where, if you just don't let it bother you as much as he'd want it to, then, he'll stop, because he's not getting that, he's not getting that edge from, you freaking out or screaming or whatever. And again, I don't know the whole situation here, but if it's getting to the point where he's beating the crap out of you or saying stupid stuff to you, just, casually be whatever, leave, don't provoke it in any way, or provoke, did I use the word right? I don't think I did. Either way, just don't, don't push him to the point where he's gonna want to, keep it going. Just do your best to ignore the guy. I mean, avoid him if you can. Talk to your parents, but the main thing here is just don't care about it. I mean, obviously, if he's gonna hit you or do something about you, or do something to you, you obviously need to defend yourself. But other than that, you just, like, if he says something to you, you just gotta be like, okay, whatever. Like, just kind of, you know, toss it off. Like, don't, like, become a mirror to his words, you know. And I mean, anyone who gets physically harmed, that is bad in the first place. Thus telling your parents that your brother is literally beating you up. Who cares if he calls you a tattletale? Guys, if anyone's like, you're a tattletale, seriously, there's much worse to be called than a tattletale. A tattler? Come on. There's nothing wrong. That is such a innocent word to use, like, in a mean context. You're a tattler. No, I'm not. Guys, who cares? If someone's picking on you or someone's doing something to you, you tell your parents. You tell anybody who is gonna stop it. And again, who cares what your brother thinks? Who cares what he wants you to do? Do what you want to do. And if he's got a problem with it, then get up in his face and be like, you know, deal with it. And, you know, if he does something to you, easily just tell your parents. Like, just threaten to be like, I'll tell my parents, or I'll tell our parents, I don't care. Like, it's all about the way you handle a situation, because bullies just like to get, you know, and I'm not saying this is you now, but bullies just like to get something out of you, and they like to get, you know, you freaking out and screaming. They like to make you feel uncomfortable, and obviously they're getting something out of that. Thus is what your brother's doing. Now, whether or not your brother's doing this for other reasons, such as maybe he's jealous or something, or maybe your parents give you more attention than him, I don't know. I really don't know. But either way, for the time being, I would suggest just listening to my advice, maybe, and of course looking through the comment section below. People are obviously gonna have a lot more advice than I have advice for you. And again, just only take this subtly. It's only just a bit of advice. But hopefully it helps, and again, look through the comment section below. And if you're watching this, guys, if you're not, if this isn't your question, you should totally leave a comment in the comment section below, helping this person out. What do you think this person should do in their situation with their brother? And hopefully, you know, the person who we're answering their question will look through it and, you know, seek some sort of, or find some sort of, you know, thing they can do, or some sort of advice that'll help. With that being said, though, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Let's Get Personal. If you want to send your questions in, there it is right there in the description below or on the screen, fear.lgp@hotmail.com. And of course, if you're new to the channel, subscribe if you enjoyed, like, and other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Toodles!